Hi, this is Sarah McLellan in New York with Pixels and Pills. I'm at BDI's Social Communication and Healthcare Roundtables and Case Studies. I'm standing here with my friend, and I'm sure all of you have seen him on Pixels and Pills before, Mr. John Mack. How are you doing?
Doing fine. That's Pharma guy to you.
Oh, I'm getting put into Twitter handle world.
I'm changing my identity.
Okay, so I'm standing here with at Pharma Guy from Twitter. He's a Twitter celebrity in the pharma world. And we've already had a couple of sessions this morning. We're about to go into the roundtables. Pharma Guy, what were your perceptions of what was discussed this morning? Did you feel like we were making sort of great strides into sharing some knowledge in the innovation within the space?
Well, I've been to a lot of these conferences, so it's getting a little difficult for me to hear some new things, but I did hear a few new things. The Long Island Jewish Hospital, I believe it is, had some interesting things to talk about. How do you integrate social media with everything else you're doing? And Bristol Myers Squibb was doing an interesting user-generated contest in the HIV area that I hadn't known about, and that I thought was very interesting. There were some old hands here, like Ray Cairns from Pfizer. And speaking of new information, I would love to get that playbook from Pfizer, but the social media...
I believe he said the answer to that question was no. He would not be giving you the playbook. It is a secret playbook.
Okay, but I have my agents out there working on getting a WikiLeaks copy of that.
Wow. It's all very undercover here. So at the Pfizer discussion, the Pfizer session, he was chatting about the fact that there is no one actually in a full-time position at Pfizer in charge of social media. Do you think this is a positive or a negative?
Well, I don't know. I found that very interesting. I thought it at the time was negative, but then some people were saying, well, that just indicates that it's integrated with everything else that they're doing. But I think, I don't know, it sort of requires some full-time people taking a look at it. He also said they had 2,000 people looking at adverse events. I don't know, that's a lot of people looking for adverse events. I guess they have a lot of products, but with 2,000 people looking at adverse events, some of those people can be dedicated to social media, I guess. I don't know.
I was speaking with Jay Bryant earlier. I don't know if you know him. He is moderating a lot of sort of these social media platforms for pharma in specific at the moment, and was saying that when researching, adverse events were actually quite low. They weren't being sort of talked about online as much as maybe the pharmaceutical companies were thinking that they were. Do you think this is surprising?
Well, it really depends. It is low, but one person can make a real mess out of your social media site, which Sanofi Aventis realized in its Facebook page when one person was complaining about a side effect, but she really had an axe to grind because she had a legal action against the company. But they weren't handling it correctly, and it could lead to big problems.
Well, you're about to moderate a session or sit in on a round table. What are you doing?
I got to remember, I think it's something to do with engaging healthcare professionals online.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we pop over your shoulder and see what's going on during your roundtable. Always a pleasure. Can I call you John, or shall I just continue to call you at Pharma Guy?
Oh, Sarah, you can always call me John. I'm John to you.
All right, guys, this is Sarah McLellan with Pixels and Pills and John Mack.